up, nerds? Welcome back to my Wednesday wrap-up reading vlog. Let's talk books, shall we? Alright, let's talk about what I've been reading this week. So, I received Blind Symphony. Okay, I say it wrong every time. Okay. Think about it. Say it slowly. I was sent Blind Sympathy by the author to read, and I loved it. It is by Roberta Bombinato, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. And I believe by the time this video goes up, my review of that book will be up on my channel. So give that a watch and see what you think about that and let me know. The other book I finished is The Host by Stephanie Meyer, and I'll have that review coming soon. If you like a really good aliens take over the human race book, you'll love this book. Review will be coming up soon for that one as well. I am, of course, still working on the Elfstones of Shannara. Now that I finished Blind Sympathy and The Host, I'm going to focus 100% on this one. I'm going to try and knock it out before the end of February so I can get that review up and my experiment to see if watching the TV adaptation before reading the books changes my opinion. Meaning so I do hate all TV film adaptations of books. So I'm trying to see if watching them backwards changes that. But I'm only 34 pages in, so I hope to really make a dent in this one this week. So get this one knocked out. As I've mentioned previously, I am participating in the BookTube SFF. That is the science fiction fantasy, and I went ahead and ordered the 4 books that I plan to read for the categories debut and science fiction. That way I'll have them when the read-alongs start. We'll begin March 1st and conclude April 30th, and then voting will open. So in no particular order, and I can't remember what all ones went to the 2 categories. So I got A Memory Called Empire by Arcady. Words are so hard. A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martine. I got Recursion by Blake Crouch. I also got Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. And I'm going to tell you, honestly, out of all the books that I got, I am most in love with the appearance of this one. I mean, this book, first off, just by looking at that cover, I think I'm going to like this book the most. So most of the time they put all of the art into the jackets and the book itself is rather plain and boring. But this sucker, look at it. I mean, look at that foiled skull. The pages are black. This sucker is murdered out. I love it. I saw Tor put out a red cover version, but the pages were white. No, I mean, it was kind of cool, but in my opinion, this one is way better. So yeah, I definitely cannot wait to get started into this one. It looks like there are more books in this. I've seen some similar books like this one by her, so I'm not sure if it's a series or what's going on there, but I am going to investigate further. And I also ordered The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex Haro. And a really funny story. So I follow this author on Twitter, and she posted a cover reveal for an up-and-coming book that's coming out in October. And I just replied to that tweet and I was like, wow, this cover would make a really great traditional style tattoo. And she was like, don't tempt me. I've heard a lot of really good things about this book as well, so I cannot wait to get into this one. It's really cool because the pages are like uneven, like the unabridged kind. So I'm really stoked about that. I'm a book collector. I love when they just put a little extra zip to something about the book. It doesn't have to have everything. Like this one has, it has an okay cover. I mean, it doesn't wow me, and looking at the cover alone doesn't make me want to read it like Gideon the Ninth does, but it's not, it doesn't turn me off. And you know, it's one of those plain books on the inside, and that's fine because they got me with the pages here. So as long as it's got just one little something for my little shallow book snobby self to just love, I'm 100% okay with that. So I'm really excited about those purchases. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to read in March and which ones I'm going to read in April. I've got to do some research into the BookTube SFF and see what read-alongs are happening when. But I feel pretty confident that I'm going to read Gideon the Ninth first because I'm so in love with just the appearance of that book that I'm ready to dig in. So I had a pretty good haul this week. I'm stoked. But I have one surprise haul. I was up here a couple of days ago doing some stuff and I heard the doorbell go off and I just ignored it because I figured it was a package that my husband was having delivered. And all of a sudden I got a text from my best friend Steven and he was like, "Happy birthday." And I was like, wow, you're like a whole week early on that, because I'm thinking to myself, this joker's done forgotten my birthday. And he goes, "No, I just got confirmation that your present was delivered." I was like, that's what the doorbell was about. So I went and got it, and I was like, okay, this feels like books. I'm like, would you care if I wait till tomorrow to open it live on camera so I can get my reaction? He's like, you do you, boo. So I'm gonna open this up. If only speaking the English language was as easy as getting into an Amazon envelope. Oh, yes. Okay. So Steven recently told me one of his most favorite series was by Raymond Feist. So he sent me Magician Apprentice and Magician Master. So it looks like these two books are the first in the series. It looks like there's two more. And he told me that he has read this series I don't know how many times and he loves it. I'm looking forward to getting into this series to see if I love it as much as he does. Okay, so this is volume 1 and 2 in the Rift War saga. So I'm really excited to read these and share that experience with Steven. So I'm looking forward to talking about it with him. I know he gets a kick out of, as I read things that really strike a chord in me, text him about it. And because I did that with the Dresden series, every time that I was like getting close to a certain part, it was like, okay, text me when you get to this, or where are you at? And so he looks forward to seeing me. He looks forward to my reactions and books, so this will be fun to have. It'll be fun to have the bond over and talk about, so I am really super stoked about getting started on the series. And now I'm torn because do I start this series? Do I start with Gideon the Ninth? I have too many books to choose from right now. The stacks of books in my office are getting out of control. Hopefully I'll get my new bookshelves soon and get those set up out in the loft area. So that way I can enjoy my collection better than seeing stacks of books just all around my office. And that's it for my weekly wrap up, guys. Now I just have to sit over here and torment myself to figure out which book I'm going to pick up next. Oh man, this is going to be a tough one. I'll keep you posted on what makes the cut. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't be shy with those thumbs up. If you liked my channel and the content I'm creating, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. Click that little bell for notifications, or just come back and see me every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Central. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.